Hello and welcome, my name is Bot. I'm dedicated Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling streamer. Usually I'm more active on Twitch, but recently we are also starting right now as a Yu-Gi tuber. And today I've brought you the Ancient Gear deck, which actually carried me out of Platel. So thank you, Dr. Crowler, for giving me this wonderful deck. And all the people who helped me to pull it together, as it is right now. As you can see here, this is my Ancient Gear deck. And the core card of this deck is of course the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, which you can see here, which is a 9-star monster. So you have to attribute either 2 monsters or 2 spell counters on your middle-aged merc spell in the middle, which we use here from Dr. Crowler's skills. So this makes the summoning easier. You will have the Ancient Gear Castle already on the field, and every time a monster is summoned to the field, this card gets a spell counter. This is not a field spell, this is a right in your trap or spell zone. Yep. So this is one possibility to summon the Ancient Gear Reactor, but what makes this deck so busted is actually this field spell card called Gear Town. So every time Gear Town is destroyed, you can special summon an Ancient Gear Reactor from your deck, your hand, or your graveyard. And that already explains the main gameplay behind this. So somehow you get Gear Town to the field and destroy it with another card. So for example with Double Cyclone, Galaxy Cyclone, Unending Nightmare, the hats, the magical hats, or even your breaker. So you have a lot of different possibilities to destroy Gear Town and special summon your reactor to the field. And that is basically the main, the destructive point of your whole deck. But the thing is, like, you need sometimes you don't get Gear Town or Reactor right to hand, and you need another card to mill out your deck, and that is actually where the Ancient Gear Wyvern comes in, which is a great card too, because if it is buffed by the castle on your field, it has about 2000 attack points. Normally it just has 1700, but every time you summon Ancient Wyvern to the field, you can pull one card out of your deck, which is most likely to be your Ancient Gear Fortress or your Ancient Gear Reactor. And if you have Ancient Gear Fortress also on the field summoned, your cards like the Ancient Gear Reactor and Wyvern are unaffected by your enemy card's effect for the first turn where they are summoned, and this is also pretty busted. And also, if you have already an Ancient Gear Reactor or another Ancient Gear card in your hand or in your graveyard, and the Fortress card on the field somehow gets destroyed, you get another special summon. So you can summon a Reactor or even Wyvern, depending what is in your hand or in your graveyard. What I've learned about this deck from my community and the time I've been playing is, to destroy the Gear Town, you need different possibilities. I see a lot of people on the rank ladder who run a lot of double cyclones, but double cyclones also help you brick a lot, because if you are playing against a KoG player, for example, they have no back row. And in that case, you cannot use your double cyclone because it says target 1 spell card or spell trap card you control and 1 spell trap card your opponent controls. And if he has none, you cannot use this card. And this basically makes you brick. That's why actually I prefer Galaxy Cyclone, because this will destroy a set card. And if you have a Gear Town, you can always set it and destroy it with your Galaxy Cyclone. And next turn, when your Galaxy Cyclone is already in your graveyard, you still can use as an effect out of the graveyard to destroy another face-up Gear Town if you have one. The same goes for Unending Nightmare. Unending Nightmare is a trap card, so when you set it and the next turn you can activate it, you can use 1000 of your life points and target one face-up spell card on the field, which is your Gear Town, and special summon your Reactor. So basically Galaxy Cyclone, Double Cyclone, and Unending Nightmare helps you to destroy Gear Town and special summon the Reactor. And additionally, I have added a breaker, because sometimes you just don't get what you want when you play this game. RNG is against you, and to have a breaker in your deck is not so bad, because you can put it in defense position or you can put it in attack position and use this effect to destroy one spell or trap card, either from your enemy or your own, to special summon a Reactor. I think the most controversial card in my deck is maybe the Magical Hacks, because a lot of people say Magical Hacks doesn't make any sense. I don't completely agree on that one, because if you run more than just 6 monsters, like 3 Reactors and 3 Wyvern, yeah, I'm running 7, it's not much more, But if you have somehow a monster on the field and you can use the magical hats as a trap card, which can be activated in battle phase, that saved me a lot of times actually on the ladder. So basically you mix your monster with 2 other spell cards from your deck, which of course mostly is going to be Gear Towns, and then if your enemy hits instead of your monster, which is mixed up, the Gear Town, your monster gets special, you can special summon another reactor to the field. However, what most people forget is even if your enemy destroys your monsters and doesn't hit a Gear Town in face down position, they still get destroyed at the end of the turn, and you still get to summon 2 reactors to the field, and that is really busted and can just end game. So to protect myself from bricking, I also have an enemy controller, 2 Canadias and 1 trap hole. You can also go for 3 Canadias, depends on whatever you like. And the recent spice I have added to this deck thanks to, let me think about it, I think it was Mario. I think I saw it on Mario's side with the Skull Meister. I'm not sure anymore on which side on YouTube I saw it. But there's this spice up, Mr. Skull Meister. So every time when a card effect is activated in your opponent's graveyard, this can help you against KoG players, against vampire players, so everyone who does some shenanigans within their graveyard can be countered by this card. I see also people who want 2 or 3 copies of it. I run only 1. I could run 2, but right now I'm in a mix with Breaker and Skullmeister, so you can decide what you want to use, so 2 Skullmeisters or 2 Breakers, or just like a mix like I do here. But I found for myself this is actually the best mix I could use right now on the ladder, and this deck already carried me yesterday to Legend 2 without any great efforts. So yeah, I think with a little bit training everybody can use Ancient Gears, and right now is one of the strongest tier list decks out there. I don't know what will happen to this deck after the ban list and the meta changes, but right now I only can recommend it. And now enjoy gameplay and see you next time. Bye bye.